They never gave up no matter how hard times became. And they always worked together through storms and sun. 9 years of their PYP journey had brought them to this moment. A moment of joy, of reflection, of truth. This is their story, the story of a wondrous adventure. This is the story of the Eternal Education Foundation.
Of course, this journey was not completed alone. So many wonderful members of our learning community have helped them, guided them to this momentous occasion. And before we dive into the fantastic story, let us meet the members of the terrific group.
Hello, my name is Duty Arona, and I am a representative of the Eternal Education Foundation. In this year's PYP exhibition, I was one of the editors, lesson planner, and research document creator for our group. It was quite a thrill, as I got to work with so many of my amazing friends, and I got to learn so many new topics. And learning is one of my favorite things to do, in my pastime and at school, especially when it comes to my hobbies, which, by the way, are music making, literature, and gaming. They help me relax. This exhibition was a blast, and I can't wait to see what's coming in the next stages of our learning.
Good morning, my name is Amira. I am a representative of the Eternal Education Foundation. For this exhibition, my responsibility is to edit videos, design and organize the unit files. I really love playing games. I also love my pet rabbits, but other than those, I like doing math. I'm very excited for this year's PYP graduation, and it's also very exciting to work with my friends.
Hi, I'm Nazaima, and I'm a representative of the Eternal Education Foundation. I'm the lesson planner and one of the heads of art and design. Some things I like are drawing, Minecraft, Genshin Impact, and my cat. I am very, very excited about the exhibition graduation party, and I'm looking forward to do a lot of fun work with my friends.
Good morning, friends and teachers. I am a member of the Eternal Education Foundation, and I am delighted to be in this exhibition. I am a normal boy who likes playing video games, cycling, and watching TV shows. I have 3 major responsibilities in this exhibition: managing the assessment papers, editing videos, and making criteria on the different tasks we do. I do not do it alone. I do it with my 7 friends and my beloved mentor, Kanye Smith. I am very much excited about our final video we will make and publish on YouTube. Also, I cannot wait for the final graduation ceremony.
Good morning and Assalamu alaikum, friends and teachers. I am Shamli Nibidita from the Eternal Education Foundation. My job here is to collect all the resources, organize unit files for our exhibition, and be the lead of art and design. I'm also good at art and designing. I found art a way to be creative and express myself. I'm also good at writing speeches, as it helps me to express myself of who I want to be. I am so happy and grateful to be in this team, and I am looking forward to learn new things. I'm excited for the exhibition as I get the full agency to express myself through the PIP exhibition.
Hello everyone, my name is Rifat Asfianova, and my role was to create the group assessments and the self-assessments, and I'm representing from the group Eternal Education Foundation. My hobby is to draw and sing on my free time. I am excited to work with my friends and learn all about quality education.
Hi, the best way to fight poverty is to empower people through our access to quality education. Good morning everyone, my name is Fasmin Yusuf and I am from the Eternal Education Foundation. My role in the exhibition is to write the meeting minutes and make self and peer assessment paper. And I am excited for the exhibition because we can work together with my friends and can help from my friends. Some of my hobbies are playing football and basketball.
Good morning everyone, my name is Khalid and I am a member of Eternal Education Foundation. My responsibility is to keep the meeting minutes, and I also work on making the research instruction paper. I am good at fishing, art, making food, playing games, and I'm pretty much excited for graduating.
Now that we have met the fantastic group members of this terrific group, it's time to take a look at what topic we have chosen for this exhibition through an amazing topic reveal we have created together. Our group's chosen UN SDG goal is the fourth one, quality education. All of our members believe it is the most important basic right for all of the students around the globe. We believe an educated society will lead to a brighter future, and in a brighter future, we can achieve various other SDGs like world peace and a stable economy, which will help us to become a great global community. This quality education goal is also quite important for students as it helps them to achieve happiness. Our group at the end of this unit will also take action based on the matter, both individually and as a group, to make our own impact on the topic. Wow, that was a pretty well explained topic reveal. Now that we have taken a look at what our group has chosen as our issue for this coming exhibition, it's time to go on to the next part of our unit, which is the unit matrix. A unit matrix is basically a guideline of concepts, profiles, skills, a central idea, lines of inquiry, etc., that we will be based on the entirety of the exhibition. The unit matrix will guide us in our learning and help us to gather the proper knowledge we need.
Hello and welcome. We are Group 1 from Grade 5A. My name is Amara Haseen Chaudhary, and today our group will be presenting the unit matrix we have created for our chosen issue, which is connected with the fourth SDG goal, quality education. As you have seen, we have chosen quality education as our issue because we think it is the most important basic right for everyone. After choosing our issue, we have chosen one of the 6 transdisciplinary themes. We have finalized how we organize ourselves.
Thank you, Amira, for telling us all about the unit theme and descriptor. However, you all must still be wondering, what is our group's central idea? Well, as a group, we have created a central idea which states, quality education helps to promote sustainable development within our local and global communities. Since we have derived our topic from the fourth SDG goal, quality education, we have had to connect the idea of education for everyone with our unit matrix. Along with this, quality education is also a sustainable development goal, which itself tries to promote the ideas of other sustainable development goals. Thus, it led to our group creating the central idea we have right now. However, there are specific inquiries within this central idea that will guide us throughout the unit, break down what we are going to learn, help us do focused research, and so much more. Introducing the lines of inquiry.
Wow, what a central idea, Luthi. Let us move on to the 3 lines of inquiry we made. The first one is quality education and its importance. This line of inquiry is basically why education is important and a taste of what education actually is. After that, we have impact of quality education. This is also very straightforward. What can happen if there is no quality education and what can happen if there is quality education?
Well, I'll be saying the third lines of inquiry, which is the role and responsibilities of the learning community to promote sustainable development. However, you all might be thinking, why did we choose this as our lines of inquiry? We chose this as our lines of inquiry because we have to know about our roles and responsibilities towards quality education, and we also have to know about how we promote sustainable development. Now, we will be talking about the key concepts. Well, Shawnee, can you explain them?
Thank you, Ifraz and Nova, for sharing the lines of inquiry with us. Well, now I will share the concept we have chosen for this unit. We chose form, connection, and responsibility. Now, let us know why we have chosen this concept for our unit. We chose form because we need to know what quality education is and its importance. This concept is pretty much connected with the first line of inquiry. Now, let's talk about connection. As we have to ensure quality education, we need to have a connection among all the communities. Lastly, we chose responsibility. As it is our duty as a learning community, we should ensure that everyone is getting quality education. Now, let's dive into the related concepts.
Well thought concepts, Shawnee. Since concepts has to be supported by related concepts, we have chosen 3 from SDG Goal 4, and they are affordability, sustainability, and learning environment. Affordability, as everyone should get quality education. Secondly, education should be taught in such a way that should be sustainable. And last but not the least, to ensure quality education, we would need a good learning environment for students to learn. I would like to welcome Fayaz and Khalid to tell the profiles.
Thank you, Audhi, for telling us about the related concepts. As we know, we have 10 profiles which we will demonstrate throughout the unit by doing different tasks. Wow, Fayaz, that's interesting. I'm very excited to start the unit. Now, Nuzaima will tell us about the skills.
Thank you, Faiz and Khalid, about sharing your opinions about the unit. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Now, let's talk about the ATL skills. We have chosen all 5 ATL skills for this exhibition unit. They are thinking skills, communication skills, social skills, self-management skills, and research skills. We will be demonstrating all of them throughout different tasks that we do around the exhibition unit.
Now that we have taken a look at the marvelous unit matrix our group has created, let's take a look at how our group organized all these tasks and managed to stay on time even when doing harder things.
Friends and teachers, my name is Ifraz Hassan. Today, me and my friend Nuzaima Abrin Khan are going to show you all the planning works we did before starting our unit. So let us get started.
First, we made group essential agreements, as there are a set of rules for our exhibition group that we need to follow so our group can be organized. The essential agreements that we have agreed on is that everyone needs to participate in all coming activities, everyone must be punctual, group members should handle the different medias they use responsibly, we have to be open-minded in principle, we need to respect others' opinions, if anyone is absent they should have a valid reason, and to in the Zoom channel so group members can have the responsibilities to manage all of the resources.
Thanks for explaining the essential agreements, Nuzaima. With the essential agreements, we divided our responsibilities among everyone. All of us in the group have 1 to 3 major responsibilities of editing videos, making lesson plans, assessments, group peer, self-assessments based on profiles and skills to manage the criteria. Our group responsibilities are all very important and we got to choose our own, so everything was fair.
We made our at-a-glance planner, which is basically the rough draft plan about our whole unit, what we will be doing for the weeks and what we will be making. We have 7 weeks and we planned them out in a short T-chart we made. The 7 weeks have all of the stages of our inquiry cycle. It was one of the most important things we made and it helps us to stay organized in the upcoming weeks.
After that, we made the lesson plans, which are the detailed description of the activities we will be doing every day. Due to our lesson plan, we develop many skills and profiles. We make lesson plans so we can stay on track with the activities we will be doing.
We do reflection 2 times every week and reflect after every task, of course. We write our strengths, weaknesses, problems we had, solutions to those problems, skills we had, profiles we demonstrated, and the things we achieved. It is a task we do to look at our development throughout the weeks. How many problems we were able to minimize and how we controlled our weaknesses. Do our problems increase or decrease? For me, I am still working on it, but in the future I will hopefully have no problems and weaknesses.
Friends, we have gathered a lot of knowledge. Thank you for listening to us about the exhibition.
Now that we have taken a look at the organization video of our group and how we actually organized all the tasks we had, it's time to take a deep dive into the tuning in phase, or what is known as the first stage of our unit. So let's take a look.
Hello and welcome everyone to our tuning in tour. Today we will be explaining and showing everything we have done in the tuning in session part of our exhibition. So let us get started.
However, Ifraz, before we start, I would like to mention that we did a concentric circle and identified the issues and problems. And we had a session with our PYB coordinator, Ms. Fozia Akhtar Khan, to get further knowledge before we started the actual tuning in session.
That is right. We also brainstormed the purpose of our exhibition and created mind maps which we then used to share our knowledge. After that, we reviewed our 6 transdisciplinary themes along with the descriptors. We have gone through the 17 UN SDGs as well and have selected the 4th goal as a chosen issue. We have also chosen the theme of how we organize ourselves for our exhibition.
After that, we made our unit matrix, which was a great experience as well. During the unit matrix board making, we also translated our entire document to Bangla, using our knowledge and a little help from the dictionary.
You're right. That was how our common sessions ended. So now, let us talk about our actual tuning in activities.
Wait, Ifraz, what is tuning in? We have been talking about it so much, yet we haven't explained what it is yet.
Well, let me explain. We do activities to learn what our topic is, to get a glance of knowledge and know the basics. Tuning in is a way to assess a student's prior knowledge, a way to see how a student sees. It is a great tool to use in order to learn what are the best teaching methods we could use for the unit. It is also a fantastic way to get students interested in a specific topic, as the activities done in the stage are interactive and enjoyable. We did 3 activities in our group, which helped us learn so much and assess our prior knowledge in an in-depth manner. That is our tuning in.
Wow! Since we have now learned about what the tuning session is, let's see what we did in our tuning in session.
Firstly, we started by doing the KWL log. We wrote in the first column of the KWL log, that is the what I know part. We wrote our prior knowledge on quality education to assess where we are on our particular topic before we start our research work.
Secondly, we did the quizzes to connect the activities we previously did. It was created by Duti and Nazaima, 2 of our group members. After that, we answered Padlet questions to answer our prior knowledge and discuss as a group.
Finally, my favorite activity that we have done is the Dibono Hat activity, where we expressed our feelings towards quality education by writing it beside different hat icons. I believe this charged our creativity.
Yes, it definitely did. And I do believe that it is the end of our tuning in session. It was a blast.
It indeed was. I cannot wait to see what we have in store next.
Now that we have explored what our group has done for the tuning in session, let's take a look at the 3 lines of inquiry, starting off with the first one. Hello and good morning, everyone. My name is Duti.
And I'm Nazaima.
Today, we're going to be going over what we had done for the first LOI of our unit.
Yes, indeed. During this stage, we've developed learning profiles as thinker, knowledgeable, open-minded, and caring. Along with this, we've also utilized our research and communication skills, as well as the key concept of form. By the way, Duti, before we start, we need to know about the finding out and sorting out stages.
Oh, yes! Can you explain what the finding out stage is, Nazaima?
Of course. Finding out is a stage where students from the exhibition group conduct research on the various lines of inquiry by utilizing guidelines, along with the various skills and profiles of the IB curriculum. Students then use this information to create presentations. However, that is part of the sorting out stage. Okay, Duti. Since now we know about the finding out stage, let's learn about the sorting out. Could you please explain that?
Of course, Nazaima. Sorting out is when students utilize the information they have gathered through their research and transfer it into a presentation through creative means, such as a debate, chart work, video, PowerPoint, roleplay, puppet show, and so much more. These presentations depend on what the student has researched. For example, a student doing statistics research might use a PowerPoint. On the other hand, a student who is researching based on more of the emotional aspect might utilize a role play, whilst a student researching on a topic that has 2 sides could use a debate as their presentation source. These presentations help to communicate the ideas students have researched and demonstrate their knowledge on the topic. It is also a great assessment of the students' public speaking skills and critical thinking skills, since a presentation utilizes both.
Now that we have learned about the finding out and sorting out stages, it is time to take a look at what our group has done for this stage.
For this line of inquiry, we have started off by watching a movie known as Hichki to enhance our knowledge and apply it to real life. The movie was based on a teacher who had a disability known as Tourette syndrome, but nonetheless she had a passion for teaching. She taught a section known as 9F who had students that were underprivileged and didn't really get the most learning benefits out of their studies at home or their studies at school. Through interactive learning and great teaching methods, the teacher who had Tourette syndrome actually managed to make 9F one of the best classes in the entire school. It was quite an inspiring story. Our group has then split itself into 3 separate subdivisions to complete our own research and present it. The first LOI was Quality Education and its Importance. In this LOI, we have studied what quality education is, along with why it is important. Here, we also developed the key concept of form and the learner profiles of thinkers, knowledgeable, and communicators, along with caring and open-minded as well, since we did a lot of group work. Here are a few examples of our research work.
Wow, it looks like our group members worked very hard with these information papers, don't you think? However, after doing this research work, our group has created a presentation based on the information they've gathered and have communicated their ideas very creatively.
Yes, indeed. They have worked very tirelessly on this.
Let's take a look.
The first presentation in our group has been created by our good friends Nazaima, Ifraz, and Amira. They have made a puppet show set, which was designed as a TV to create the atmosphere of a TV show. It was quite an uplifting story on how a boy had met a nice man who appreciated his art skills and enrolled him into a prestigious school. Let's take a look at a clip.
To another episode of Edu Insights. Today we have a very special episode, and as we will be talking about Andrew's life. It's about rags to riches on quality education that's important. Let's get into it. Andrew is from a poor family and has dyslexia. His parents passed away at a young age. From that day, he lived with his elder sister, and one day he was making drawings on the mud with sticks. He was just minding his own business when a guy came up to him. Wow, that's some really creative drawing. The kid does not respond and continues drawing. The man still starts trying to start a conversation with him for almost 5 minutes, but really nothing happens. Okay, boy, since you won't respond to me, I'll just give you this pen and paper. I'll come back tomorrow. Now that we have taken a look at the first presentation, it's time to take a look at the website programmed by group members Fayaz, Khalid, and Sabir. It was very creative and also extremely enjoyable. Let's take a peek.
Good morning, friends and teachers. We are the Eternal Education Foundation. We have chosen a topic called quality education. Our group motto is "Let us fly the wings of knowledge." We have made a site to show our learnings to the entire world. This is our first line of inquiry, which is quality education and its importance. Without a further delay, let's see what we have learned about quality education from our trusty group member Khalid.
Finally, let us take a look at a 3D puppet show Rifa, Shawnee, and I have created. It was a story based on how a girl learns that quality education is more important than it may seem at first. Time to dive in!
It's a wonderful day. I can't wait to go to school. Oh, hey, isn't that Alexis and Sydney? I better head over there. Alexis, Sydney.
Yes, but have you considered the fact that... Oh, hey Rebecca! How have you been doing?
Oh, hi Rebecca, what's up?
Nothing much, just heading to school like you guys are. In fact, I can't wait to go to school.
Me too! Why are you guys so cheery about going to school? It's just a trap that wastes 6 hours of our day. We don't need it.
Huh? How could you not like school?
Do you know the thing you just said is absolutely wrong? Education is so important for our future. Not only education, but quality education is very much mandatory in our lives.
Wow, those were some fantastic and creative presentations. They taught me so much about the importance of quality education, right, Tuti?
Yes, they were amazing and very enjoyable to watch. And I do believe this is how the presentations concluded. After all this, our group members reflected on their work through various self-assessments and peer assessments. We have also completed our formative, where all group members help to check each other's work and provide feedback along with proper marking.
Yes, indeed. I think they all did very well, too.
Well, I guess that concludes the first line of inquiry.
Tune in soon to learn about the sequel.
Or in other words, the second line of inquiry.
As we finished the first line of inquiry, we have started the second line of inquiry research work. Before that, we have decided that some 4 of us will do it in pairs and the rest of them want to work individually. We plan to finish the research work within 2 days and start making the presentation. Amira, can you tell us what our second line of inquiry is?
Sure, Shawnee. Our second LOI was about positive and negative impacts of quality education. With that, we also prepared the research instruction papers along with the skills and the profile assessments, depending on pair work and individual work.
After finishing with the research work, we started preparing for our presentation. We made the presentation in a creative way. Our theme was using IT or chart work. We explained the information through integrating with math.
The mathematical topics we used were bar graph, line graph, pie chart, timeline, etc. Based on our information to represent the data on impacts of quality education. We showed the literacy rate, number of students, number of child pregnancy or marriage, and many other impacts through different graphs.
On the presentation day, we presented our work. While we were presenting, our other friends were assessing us based on our skills on the rubric we made. Based on the criteria we assessed, if we were able to develop social-emotional intelligence on social skills. On thinking skills, we assessed if we were able to think critically, to read appropriate sources to collect information, and evaluate the positive and negative impacts of quality education.
When we were done with the presentation, we assessed ourselves or our pair. If we did a pair work on the self and profile assessment along with a reflection, and based on our criteria, we assessed our pairs or ourselves. We assessed if we were able to do it open-minded to understand the perspectives. Along with that, we assessed if we were balanced to understand the importance of being an intellectual, physical, emotional balance to achieve personal well-being for ourselves and others. And lastly, if we were able to give thoughtful consideration to their own learning and experience.
Well, that sums up the second line of inquiry. Wait, but what about the third line of inquiry?
That part will be explained by our dear friends Fayaz and Nova. That's where me, Amira Hassin Chaudhry, and Shawnee Nibidita are signing off with the second line of inquiry. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nova.
And my name is Fayaz.
Today, we are going to talk about third lines of inquiry, which is the roles and responsibilities of the learning community to promote sustainable development. While doing this research, we have developed the profile of caring as we were able to show empathy, compassion, and respect towards the needs and feelings of others. Secondly, we have developed the profile communicators as we were able to work effectively and willingly in collaboration with others. Finally, we have developed the profile of a staker as we were able to approach unfamiliar situations and have the independence of spirit to explore new roles, ideas, and strategies.
Secondly, we have also developed the skills. First, we have developed the research skills, by researching the different roles and responsibilities of students, teachers, school boards, guardians, local organizations, and global organizations. We even wrote about some of the local and global organizations' objectives and how they're helping. We have developed the skills of communication when we have gathered, investigated, and communicated the information with each other. And thinking skills when we were able to use the skills and gain knowledge in multiple contexts.
Then, we made our research instruction paper and the rubric. We worked together as a group, and the research instruction paper and the rubric were wonderfully done. We also made group assessment papers to assess our profiles and skills.
Furthermore, we started our research work. While doing this research, we went to visit one of the non-profit organizations, that is Jago Foundation. We roamed around their school, got to see both their online and physical platforms, asked many questions, and gathered more knowledge about their roles and responsibilities. We wrote a reflection on the future, where we used our agency to write it. Some of us wrote poems, letters, news reports, messages, etc. Then, finally compiling all the info, we started preparing for our presentation.
Now let us take a look at a few clips of the third LOI presentations.
The children are also complaining about the experience of learning, which is also bringing down the school's image. This is a quite concerning thing to talk about, since the school is providing different resources, and also it's giving us a good campus where we can study.
Yes, this is exactly the reason why we are here today, to aware people about the roles and responsibility of the school board. To fulfill child's need, the school board must review about the established policies to ensure that any necessary changes are needed in the campus. Also, the school board should provide resources so that students can learn comfortably.
Those are some wise words you have said there, Shani. However, we have to consider the roles and responsibilities of the teachers, since they're the backbone of the learning community. Let's start with the roles and responsibilities of
What is your role and responsibility as a teacher and for any local organizations?
Oh, what a delightful question. Well, we teachers play a big role in this society. Since this generation will be the future leaders for this country, and we teachers play a big role on a child's future, we have the responsibility to deliver instruction, help students when they're struggling, and also support them and provide them knowledge about the current world.
Thank you, Miss.
Oh, and there's also another point that you can add about the local organization, Jago Foundation. They are an organization that is focusing on trying to help every child that is suffering of poverty and is unprivileged. Their main objective is to help children that is under poverty and find trained teachers that are willing to help and find food and stationery to provide to them. A warm sunny day with the sun shining. It was an ordinary day at HSC, with birds chirping, students working for the exhibition, and the salt breeze. Then came a pair working in Exhibition Group 1 in need of doing a survey with people in the education sector for their exhibition work. As one of the students claimed,
A survey? For what though?
We do not need to think what the survey topic will be. Zano, do you have any idea?
What about the roles and responsibilities of the education sector?
Quite a decent idea. Something useful for our research.
Possibly. Well, before we get started, we would probably want to ask one of the teachers. Let's go. Sir, we're here to take a survey for our exhibition. Our topic is the roles and responsibilities of the education sector.
That's a really nice topic. So you want information on local
Quite informative, Nova and Shani. But however, you still haven't told us about the different foundations and organizations you have a network with that are supposed to be helping you deal with this concerning dilemma with the Tomorrow Academy.
Of course, based on our work, there's many organizations. Today I will talk about few. So, firstly, the Akshara Foundation and the UNESCO are local globals, and BRAC and ASA are the local ones. So let's take a brief look into it. So, firstly, the BRAC. The goal of the organization is to help people and communities and also overcome poverty, illness, and social injustice and literacy. Their initiative strives is to achieve large-scale positive changes by implementing their.
We wrote the reflection on the field trip where we used our agency to write it. Some of us wrote poems, letters, news reports, messages, etc. Then finally compiling all the info, we started preparing for a presentation. Finally, we made a formative assessment to assess our complete knowledge of this lines of inquiry. Altogether, we checked each other's papers and gave each other feedback and wrote reflections.
We did have lots of fun while doing this research work. It was really interesting.
Yeah, and it was fantastic research work. We got to learn so many things, but there is still more beyond the third line of inquiry, introducing the going further stage.
Now that we have taken a look at the 3 lines of inquiry, it's time to take a look at our unit's going further stage. In this stage, everyone has created their own research guidelines and their own presentations. So let's not waste any time and take a look.
Good morning, fellow pupils and respected teachers. I'm Nazaima.
And my name is Amira. Today we will be talking about our going further stage.
But first, what is going further?
I'd happily explain that. Going further is a stage where students are given the agency to research based on topics outside of the studied lines of inquiry. This gives a lot of creative freedom and tests the true thinking and research skills of students. In this stage, they create their own research guidelines and choose their own topic. During the going further stage, it is the agency of students to decide whether they would like to work individually or in pairs as well.
After finishing our going further research work, our group members split up into individual topics and they continued the going further research work.
Example, one of our group members, Duti Arona, started off with her topic, online learning, where she showed the positive and negative impacts of online classes.
Do you know what Ifraz did? He did a presentation on Sal Khan.
Oh wow! Well, our other group members also did amazing topics. For example, Shawnee showed us the school problems and solutions, Khalid did literacy rate around the world, Faya showed us ways to build economies through quality education in the world, and Nova showed us a comparison of literacy rate among an underdeveloped, developing, and developed country.
And our topic as well. We did a research on how we could keep education sustainable.
Ah yes, now let's take a glimpse of our presentations.
It is a brilliant idea, but of course it has a few impacts and effects on our society and the students and teachers who use it. Now, of course, let us get started with the positive effects. Now, one I actually already mentioned is that it provides students with unlimited flexibility. That means they can customize their field of learning to make it more comfortable for them, the experience. And they can customize the resources they use for the best experience. Speaking of resources, on the online media, resources are very easily accessible. Now, if I wanted to search for some information for my research, I could
Making education finance a top priority. So, in United States, they provided 44% of funding, education funding, and then according to the Center on Budget Policy Priorities, 34 states put less money into the education per student than they did before the crisis. Local school system shared total of 297,000 teacher jobs between 2008 and 2016.
Good morning, friends and teachers. My name is Ifraz Hassan, and today I will be presenting on the mastermind behind Khan Academy, Sal Khan. So let's get started. Introduction to his life. Sal Khan was raised in Louisiana, America, and he had South Asian parents. He grew up in a very mid-economic background, and he had a very roller coaster life since he went from a mid-economic background to a low economic background, and all of a sudden became the best American educator in their country. He went to Harvard Business School and is a very smart person in general.
Good morning, dear friends and teachers. I'm Shami, and today I will be presenting my presentation about school problems and solutions. Let's get started. Problems. Homesickness. Many students face homesickness, especially when students are spending most time on school over their home. Homesickness may leave feeling depressed, anxious, anxiety, etc. And you may also experience different things like depression.
Good morning, friends and teachers. My name is Riva Tasquianova and welcome to my Going Further. For my Going Further, I have chosen 3 countries, and all those 3 countries I'm going to compare and see how much education they have provided to their people. Let's first start with the developed country, USA. USA, as you can see here, USA has given the right to the girls also to educate. And here you can see it's 36.7%, which is more than males' education. Next, we have the developing country, which is our country.
Welcome, my name is Khalid and this is my main presentation. My topic is about the literacy rate around the world. This is a trend where I show the literacy rate and the development of different countries. From the above trend, we can easily understand if the literacy rate is higher, the country will be developed. For example, take the United States and United Kingdom. They are both developed countries and their literacy rates are very high. It is 99%. And now let's see Niger and Chad. They are underdeveloped countries because their literacy rates are very low. It proves that if the literacy rate is higher,
Now, let's talk about using sustainable IT. For classes, buying new ITs like laptops and computers can be extremely expensive and wasteful as well. So, if children manage to bring their own IT, it will teach them responsibility, it will keep funding less, and it will be more sustainable for the school as well. It will also be better as they have all of their links, their accounts, and everything on their devices, and it will help them learn so much more.
Now let's talk about starting a school.
Oh wow! The presentations were so informative and interesting as well.
Well, that is it for our Going Further presentations. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoy the next video as well.
Wow, that was a really interesting video about the Going Further stage that our group has conducted. However, it's time to move on to the next part of our unit, which is the integrated work. During the period of integrated work, we have completed various tasks across our unit that relate to different subjects, such as English, Bangla, and math. So let's take a peek. First, let's take a look at the various Bangla integrated assignments we have done for this unit. For the Bangla, we have mainly done 2 separate tasks. The first one being a case study on Pakistan's education. Our group members Fayaz and Khalid had found a focused article on the internet about this issue, and all of our group members worked together to read it and write raft reflections on it. And if you are wondering what a raft reflection is, A brief explanation would be that it is a form of writing used to supercharge a student's creativity and writing skills. The R stands for role, and the A stands for audience, F standing for format, and T standing for topic. It's a great way to actually provide ideas to students. Now, the second task we have done is a listening test based on a story we have found on YouTube known as School Topper. The story School Topper helped our group to enhance their knowledge on quality education and apply said knowledge to real life. Now that we have taken a look at what we have done for the Bangla transdisciplinary of our unit, let's take a quick peek at what we have done for our English transdisciplinary.
For the English integrated work, we did a lot of creative writings. We had the agency to write either newsletters, poems, passages, persuasive writing, autobiography, and many other topics based on the roles and responsibilities. We wrote a rough reflection based on our trip to the Jago Foundation in both English and Bangla. Also, we read about Malala Yousafzai's story and comprehended different questions based on it. Based on these case studies, stories, and creative writings, we had a very fun time. Let's take a look at what we did in math. We explained the information through integrating with math. We represented our work through different topics of mathematics. The mathematical topics we used were bar graph, line graph, pie chart, timeline, based on our information to represent our data on impacts of quality education.
Wow! So that was all the tasks we have done for the integrated session of our exhibition unit. So now it is time to move on to the taking action stage. So let's not make any further delays and take a peek.
Welcome to our taking action video. In this video, we're going to go over the group taking actions and the solo taking actions. So let us get started. Let's start with the group taking action. For our group taking action, we set up donation boxes so people could donate spare stationeries and books, and we did a bacon sale which we raised 26,000 taka in. These are some of the pictures of the group taking actions we did.
Now let us move on to the individual taking action. Ifras is tutoring his brother who could not learn for 2 years. Duti is tutoring her cousin brother to learn the basics of education. I am awareing people about disorders that disable the student's ability to learn. Audhi is tutoring his guard's daughter. Nuzaima is tutoring her maid to write and read properly. Amira is donating money to kids in the orphanage. Nova is tutoring her cousin brother to learn the basics of education. Fayaz is tutoring his maid and Khalid is tutoring his guard uncle to learn English. All of these are our individual taking action works, and now let us show the clips of those taking actions.
Hello, my name is Ifras Hassan, and I will be showing you my individual taking action I did with my little brother. Because of these 2 pandemic years, my 5-year-old brother has been very far behind. Since my exhibition topic is sustainable quality education, it is time I tutor him for a month and 4 times a week. My sister is busy with her studies and both my parents work, so I have to give my little brother some attention he deserves. My taking action falls under lifestyle choices because I'm trying to change his perspective on education and change his lifestyle. I will use creative methods in teaching him, like educational games on the internet and colorful things, so he enjoys what he is learning, so that he actually changes his lifestyle and adapts to education like every other kid. But now I will be showing you a session I had with him a few days ago, so let us get started. আচ্ছা এখানে আচ্ছা বলো আমাকে বলো ও কোনটা
ও এটা
গুড আমাকে বলো এম কোনটা
এম ওকে এ বি সি টি ই এফ জি এইচ আই জে কে এল এন ও
নো L তারপর
এল এন
LM
LM
NO
NO
P ওকে এখন আমাকে বলো W কোনটা
W letter W
কোনটা W এটা W হ্যাঁ গুড ওকে
W
আমাকে বলো I কোনটা
I A B C D E F F G H I I
আচ্ছা এখন
Okay, numbers 0 1 6 2 7 8 4 9 3 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
আচ্ছা 10 কি বলো তো আমাকে
1 0
10 কি
1 0
হ্যাঁ
letter
মানে লেটার না এখন বলতে হবে
তোমার টাচ স্ক্রিন আছে
না আমার টাচ স্ক্রিন নাই আচ্ছা আমাকে এটা বলছো না এখন আমাকে শেপ বলো
6 circle and square and triangle and star and diamond heart white arrow
right arrow wow how do you know them
I'm scared. It's a white circle, triangle, star, diamond, heart.
right key
White arrow. I'm scared.
no
Rectangle.
rectangle এই অ্যারোটা এখন আমি কি বানায় ফেলছি
Everyone to my Taking Action presentation. Today, I will be explaining every single part of my Taking Action that I have done for this stage. To get started, let's take a look at what I want to do for my Taking Action. Now, since the SDG goal we have selected for our exhibition is the fourth one, which is quality education, of course my Taking Action will be based on something related to that. And of course, the first thing I thought of was my little brother. And there are two main problems that I thought of immediately when thinking about him. And that's his foundations are weak in his studies, and he doesn't know how to use a laptop. Now, I do believe those are two very crucial problems that need to be solved. And what I'm going to do for my Taking Action is basically take his foundations, tutor him twice a week, and try to improve them. These tutoring lessons will be about an hour long and will take place in the evening so that we can get optimal study time. And the second thing I would like to teach him to do is actually how to use a laptop. Now, I have shown you what I'm doing for my Taking Action, but you still might be wondering, why choose this as my action plan? Well, there are two main reasons. The first reason being that showing my brother what quality education is will help him to spread his knowledge and ideas, and therefore he will be able to communicate it to his friends. This is actually very crucial, as quality education is one of the more less addressed issues, and that is why promoting the idea of it is so important. And number two, the part where I wanted him to learn how to use a laptop. Learning to use technology is one of the most crucial things in modern life. If you don't learn how to use a laptop or a phone or a tablet, it's going to be very hard to catch up to any news, make any innovations, make proper research, presentations, or anything like that. So that's why I would like to teach him how to use a laptop. Now that we have taken a look at what my action plan is and why I have chosen, let's take a look at the time schedule I will be following in order to tutor my little brother. Now, the frequency of these tutoring sessions will be twice every week. Well, the time period that these lessons will be conducted will be from May 29th, 2022 to July 29th, 2022. And the duration of each session is going to be equal to about an hour. Now, let's take a look at a small clip of a tutoring session I took with my little brother on the 29th of May, 2022.
Yeah, take your pencil. Now that you're back from a little break, let's continue, okay? Now, if I gave you a big problem, it's 152 plus 223. Okay. It's really hard to count, right? So take a look at the column addition. You know the numbers that are at the top have to be added with the numbers that are on the bottom, right? Yeah. You start from the right. Now start like this. What do you have to do at first? That's the top. This. Yeah. 2, 4, 3. Easy. What's 2 plus 3? 2 plus 3. Count to 6. Oh, wait. 2 plus 3. Count again. 2. The last. 3. Next 3 plus 3. Then 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, it's 5. Write it down. Now what's the whole? What do you need to do now? 5 plus 2. What's 5 plus 2? 7. Put it down. Now what's 1 plus 2? 3. Put it down. You just did column addition and got the correct answer.
Thank you for listening to my Taking Action presentation. That is all for today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rifat Asfianova, and welcome to my segment of Taking Action. So this action is participation because I am actively involved in someone's life and helping them get the education they need so they can become whatever they want to be when they're all grown up. You may be wondering what I did for my Taking Action objective. Well, for my Taking Action plan, I've chosen my friend's little brother because he's not getting good quality of education and he is not following the rules in class. So for this, I will also make some rules for him and also teach him English because his parents want him to become a native English speaker. So to help him improve his English and overall sense of education, I've decided to make a set of rules that he has to follow on a daily basis. Well, one question that might arise in your head is that why he would listen to me and not his elders, right? Well, I've asked my friend to consult with her for an opinion, and she told me that a strict plan and no budging will help me. And after that, I started teaching him English with a strict set of rules that he has to follow. Here's some proof that I'm teaching my friend's little brother. And somehow I have connected this taking action with the 4th SDG goal. This is connected to the 4th SDG goal because the 4th goal is focused on quality education. The 4th SDG goal is to educate everyone in the world, and what I'm doing is also the same because I'm also educating someone who is very much connected to me on a personal level, with the hope that I can make his future even a little bit better. After a month, I will check on him and see if he has improved and followed all the rules in class. Thank you for watching my presentation.
I am Amira Hussein Chaudhry, and for my Taking Action, I have decided to donate money and food to an orphanage, and it falls under social justice. My parents have actually been doing this for some years. This orphanage was actually struggling for profit when it first started, but a pilot started donating his salary to them, but he passed away due to cancer. So my dad and more of his college started donating to it. Recently, I have also started to go and donate my savings, books, stationeries, etc. to the orphanage. I want to ensure that these underprivileged kids get all the facilities that they deserve within my capacity. And I hope to continue this every year.
Hello, dear friends and respected teachers. My name is Nazaima, and I am here to show you my taking action for this exhibition unit. For my taking action, I will be teaching my 16-year-old maid who had dropped out of school at only age 5. She's unable to read and write properly, so I want to teach her how to read and write in both English and Bangla properly. I will be teaching her for 2 days a week, for 1 hour on weekends. This will be going on for 6 months. I will be using videos, games, and other hands-on activities to teach her. Here's some proof.
Okay, so for my taking action, I went to teach my maid, and after talking to her for a while, I understood that she is unable to write the lowercase letters of each of the alphabets, and I think that's a really important thing to learn, so I'm going to be teaching her those at first. So, Ishani, তুমি এগুলো ছোট হাতের কি হয় লিখতে? ছোট হাতের এর নাম কি? শিখাইছো বি? না ছোট হাতের আমি শিখাইছি, তোমাকে দেখাইলাম একটু আগে। এই যে এই উপরের পার্টটা তুমি করবা না, জাস্ট নিচের পার্টটা এমন করে দিবা, এটা ছোট হাতের বি। ওকে, আমি কিন্তু উল্টা পাল্টা করে দিছি, সেজন্য আমি জানি তুমি ভয় করেছি না। কিউ কেমনে করো না, এটা ছোট হাত করেছি আমি। কিউ হয় এমন, বুঝছো? তারপর আর আমি লিখছি আমাকে কেমনে করে দেখাইতেছি। ছোট হাতের আর এমন, আর তারপর এমন, এটা আর, তারপর পি।
Now, here are some videos and games that I'll be using to teach her. My goal is that she'll be able to read and write fluently in both Bangla and English by the end of the 6 months. I think this is very important to teach her, as communication is one of the only ways that humans can communicate. Also, I think this is connected to the SDG 4th goal, as it is about quality education. And I want to teach her the best that I can, and hopefully I can reach my goals within 6 months.
Hello, I am Shani Nivedita, and for my individual taking action work, I have decided to make people aware about different disorders that disables children's ability to learn. And yes, of course, this action comes under advocacy, as I'm publicly supporting changes for the children who are not able to learn. So, to make people aware about it, I have uploaded a presentation about the different disorders on my parents' Facebook. In that presentation, I have discussed about specific learning disability, deafness, and autism spectrum disorder. I have also focused on the information based on how children with disorders are not getting quality education. You can get so many informative things about these disorders from the presentation I made. So, to help out the children who are not getting the equal facilities and opportunities of normal students, please send them help. Hopefully, this sustainable action will publicly support changes in the society. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our Taking Action presentation. Now, let's finally move on to our last stage, making conclusions. Let's take a look.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our conclusion video.
Today, we are going to be explaining everything we have done for the making conclusion stage of our unit. Wait, but isn't this the last stage of our unit? How time flies.
Indeed, it has been a wonderful journey, and we have all been able to learn so much. So let us share all of that knowledge.
Yes, of course. This adventure was quite a mesmerizing one. So it's time to see how we ended it all and concluded this amazing journey.
Let's not cause any further delays. Time to dive in. Well, before we get started, we need to take a look at what the making conclusion stage is and why we need it.
Yes, of course. Making conclusions is a stage where students are given the chance to reflect deeply on their knowledge, and present that information through creative means. For example, students participating in the exhibition have written a reflection based on all the different stages of their unit. More about this in the end. The making conclusion stage is also utilized to allow students to reflect on how they would like to apply their gathered knowledge in real life.
As Duty explained the making conclusion stage, now I'll give a brief explanation about what we have understood about the central idea by doing all these research work. Our central idea is quality education helps to promote sustainable development within our local and global communities. And by that, it means that quality education is promoting change in the world for the better. Along with that, it also explains that quality education provides communities with the skills, perspectives, values, and knowledge to live in a sustainable manner.
Thank you, Shawnee, for the wonderful explanation. Well, now it's time to look at a brief overview at what our group has done for this unit. And since we have already showcased the various activities previously, let's just take a look at a few demos that convey the main idea of what we have done. That was the main summary of our activities. Wonderful, isn't it, Shawnee?
Yes, of course. It was quite an amazing experience. We have been able to gather so much knowledge throughout the unit. Now, what is our group going to do with this knowledge? It wasn't just for the sake of the exhibition. I'm pretty sure everyone is curious about it. Well, we have already started to utilize our knowledge with our taking actions. As you have seen during our taking action stage, we did group taking action and individual taking action. For the group taking action, we had an amazing bake sale, and the money we got from there, we donated to the Jago Foundation. And for the individual one, we took very sustainable action.
Wow, that's amazing! It's wonderful to see how far our group has come. But there's still one thing left to show before we end this video. And that is our group reflection, of course.
Of course, our group has completed a stupendous artwork, so let us show that.
As you can see here, each of our group members has taken a specific stage of our unit to work on and has written a reflection on it. We have also decorated the work to make it presentable and creative.
Well, I guess that is the end of our making conclusion stage. It has been quite an adventurous journey.
Yes, it was a beautiful experience. And before we end the video, all of our group members would like to give thanks to our amazing school and the learning community. So let us take a look at that. But before we begin our acknowledgements, let's take a look at a short group montage we have created to commemorate all our amazing memories across this wondrous journey. It really has been a wonderful journey, hasn't it, everyone?
Yes, indeed. We all had a wonderful time throughout this exhibition journey. But it would not have been possible without the amazing members of our learning community.
Of course, without them, this entire journey would not have been as fun or interactive.
Ah, the color blue. Such a nice color, but sad to hear about the times. We are moving on from the chapter of our life. Times where we had to make very big and complicated videos, but our progress was lost. Times where we had to separate from our friends and split into groups. Times where we had to say goodbye to our friends. The color blue represents all of these times. Thank you to all of our learning community for helping us overcome the sadness.
Purple. Times of feeling where we were unsure. For example, when we had our first formative, we were all so scared to grade ourselves. But afterwards, it had faded, as we all did so well, in my opinion at least. Fear is a rare topic, yet it's still there sometimes. Thank you to all of our teachers for helping us overcome this fear and emerge into the light of day.
Yellow, times of joy and happiness, where we felt we could fly. Times where we had overcome the hardest of formatives. Times where we finished difficult editing. Times where we felt connected as a group. Thank you to all our friends for giving us this joy.
Red, when we feel excited for something. We felt so excited to the time we went to the Jago Foundation, the time when we made a box for each grade to donate something for the kids in need, the time when we did the bake sale, the time when we watched the movie. Thank you to our school for giving us the best experience.
Green, for the moments we felt were hard, like in the research work, peer assessments, lesson planning, video editing, etc. But the fun fact is, we actually made it so far with full S's. Thank you to all our teachers for giving us challenges and the agencies that help us to grow.
Maroon, to represent the times we felt determined, times we felt ready, times we felt amazing, times we felt we could do it all. Thank you to our parents and friends. You motivated us so much.
Indigo, to show the times we felt enthusiastic. We were very passionate about our works and presentations. Thank you to our incredible homeroom teachers, Ms. Kanis Taskina Trisha and Ms. Farjana Mobin. And a special thanks as well to Kanis Miss, as she's been a wonderful mentor. Black, to show the times we were stressed, times we felt down and short, times we felt we wanted to give up, times where all our tasks were grueling. Thank you to our PYP coordinator, Ms. Fozia Akhtar Khan, for helping us overcome this stress and help us ensure everything was okay.
White, to demonstrate the time of relaxation, where we felt everything was okay, where everything was fine, time where we all enjoyed our life. Thank you to our head of primary, Ms. Shatila Reza, for helping us feel great.
And that is the end of our exhibition journey. Thank you to everyone who was there for us.